thought I was nothing, but now you say, oh, I'm the king of this. I'm the king of this. Now I'm gonna watch you burn. Yeah, I'm the king of it.
The 2024 Classic, it is Team Mazz versus
Team Grant.
Team Grant. Hello, everybody. There he is with
Daar
the
vat
trophy in
hy,
hand.
manne.
Don't worry, it's not just the two of us ugly mugs on the show the whole day. There's two others. I'm just wanted to show you this is what it's all about. We've got 12 days to go, everybody, tomorrow. And I've seen a lot of the comments on the comment line just saying, can't wait, how's it, can't wait, how's it, can't wait. Grant, are you ready to defend your title?
I have been practicing a bit, I must say. On my side, it didn't show at this stage, but I'm really, I've done good at the Highland Gate for the last 3 years. Won the classic, and I'm really looking up to it to defend my title at the classic. First year was I think 13th, and then the year after that I think I came fourth. Correct me, guys, and then first. So
I can't remember. Everything's a blur for me.
It's like Highland Gate is. You don't have to hit the ball hits itself off those fairways. It's like so freaking awesome. That must be the reason why I like Highland Gate.
There you have it. Grant will be the first person to defend it. I don't know if he does, but I think it's going to be very, very difficult. What about these two guys who join us on the show today? Hello, Flicky, back for another episode. You're 2 in 2 days. We're on a roll.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to this. And it's great to be on the show again. And like I said, it's going to be great.
So Flicky is obviously going to fill in a lot of the gaps of when it comes to the tournament itself. And then Ryan, Mr. Stats and Handicaps guy, is going to take you through how the back end of things work when it comes to how the handicaps are going to work. There's been a lot of discussion about it, but I think we've worked out the fairest way. And when it comes to score capture and etc. and prize giving and etc. and pins and etc. and etc. There's a lot. There's a lot.
The yellow tour.
The yellow tour. So let's go to the chat line, and hopefully there's 56 people watching. Well, minus me, 50, or minus us. 50 people watching. If you're not, whoever's a sheriff, find the guys, because we put a lot of effort into being here. Daze. Hansi says, hello, boys. So excited. Tian says, evening, gents. Tian, so excited he's coming to play Kyalami for a warm-up round. Nika Kruger said, Nanse Mana. Brandon is very excited. Says, can't wait! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Gerard says, Snammer says, can't wait for the classic. Yeah, me too. Shannon Schaefer, hello, Duck. So excited for you all. Wish I was there. Why wish? It's too late now. Sorry, it's full. Frikkie, it's full. Nobody else.
Yeah, that's full.
We got thrown curveballs when it was full before. And we had to jump through hoops and make big plans and get extra houses and do other things. And we're not going through that shit again. So it's full. Yeah. Okay.
For the show, guys, look at all this grey area. That's what's going on for 3 weeks, eh?
A lot of work goes into it.
Ricky, that's the look of a magician.
Morris says, hiya. Another one for Morris. It's his third one. Kieran says, how's it, man, sir? Very excited. Rudolph will be back again. Andre says he can't wait. 13 dae. Yep. Gerard says, not gemeente. You.
Die Dutch huis. Ons daar.
Mark is first time. I'm sure he can't wait. Ian can't wait for his second edition. Chris Nokia. Who's it? Team Grant says Hansi. Kieran says Team Mazz, and so on and so on and so on. Peter Zach, hello Peter. Evening, gents. Brian, evening. I'm on 2 shows for you guys, even that you're not coming. What's up? Says Graham de Villiers. Moritz is there. Francois is there. Carl is there. Well done, people. Thanks for joining us. And Gary is there. Right. Are we ready to break it down? So before we break it down, we're going to just have a bit of a look at what happened last year, and not to forget that the Classic is brought to you by Drake Golf Carts this year. Thank you for the added sponsorship. If you want to know how that works, well, we get
Dankie,
to
Frikkie.
get a lot of extra little things from what they top up with. Fricky?
Yeah, Mazzo. So
Dis die
basically,
batterye.
yeah, no cards, guys, no cards. I'm more than happy to buy cards. Yeah, Mazzo. So basically, the sponsorship, they have basically given us the shirts, which is a great start. I mean, that's a big figure. If you have to think about 50 players, so that's a good price. And then obviously there's a cash prize as well, where they have given for us to compensate a little bit on prizes. So it's well worth spent. And yeah, we're gonna have a great time with these guys. And yeah,
Right. Just
Nice.
so to remind you of last year, this is what the Classic boys look like. And the reason I'm showing you this is because this is our yearly photo. So on day 3, when we finish, everybody will be sitting in pretty much this exact spot as we watch the leaders finish. And we're going to take another photo. So we have this as well for our memory banks and everybody that has participated. You know what the scary thing is? There's probably 10 extra people coming
yeah.
this
I
year.
wanted to ask you, Mazza, are you gonna fit everyone in?
Ultra, we're going to have to do a panel.
Yeah, we have to.
But it's great.
Done, guys. 56 players. That's great. Biggest group. You from a tour that I know of. So
Yes.
yeah, looking forward to
For
it.
sure.
It's the biggest.
Just means there's more admin. But if you look at that classic group, there's a lot of guys who are not coming from there, and we still managed to up the game. Now imagine everybody decided to come. Yo, that'd be
Yeah.
impressive. Book out all the houses. Be very happy. Right, past champions, if you're wondering. It started way back in 2015. There was an inaugural one at Reimsig, so people went home to sleep in their own beds and would come back. Jason Ivans won that. Then 2017 went to Pairings and Val de Gras. I think there was probably about 16 of us back then. Fats Carlitz. Many good stories came out of that one. I've got to remind you of the story. So if you didn't know, we had these 2 guys come that rocked up out of nowhere, heard about the tour, contacted us, wanted to come. One was called Johan Stander or something, and his cousins. Now, they are cousins of Drickus, you see. Not Drickus. And they're also Benoni Breakers. So the one oak was a proper breaker. Now, can you imagine? We don't know him from a bar of soap. He walks in there like, all he does is eat protein, apparently. And terrible golfer. Hope he's not watching. And then the 2 stories I wanted to tell you. So we have fines. Now, these oaks have no idea about the fines. We got a small group, so we're doping, and eventually they are broken. So we do our own thing, and they want to go party. Now, this is Paris, people. Where do you go to party in Paris? So the next morning, we find out that these 2 went through the street of Paris, rocked up, saw these blue lights and red lights, rocked up and said, "Party time!" And it was only a security company with a cars. And then, so that was very funny. And then when we actually had finished the tour and we announced the winner, and Fats had won, the breaker guy got so upset he wanted to also move people, because how can the organizer win his tour?
Oh,
That was the whole thing. This is bullshit. Organizer can't win a tour. And we're like, but it's golf, bro. You still got to hit the ball in the hole. Anyway, it's very
Exactly.
funny. So that's why I say the stories will always be there from that one. Going back to that page, Donnie Geldenes was at Corrie Creek. And then we finally moved to Highland Gate. And this was 2019. And the first one went to a playoff with Donnie and Martinez once again. And Martinez won it with an unbelievable 7-iron that hit right next to the flag. At one stage, we thought it was actually going to go in. Then, the following year, Leon Oosthuizen made life very difficult for himself, but managed to win. This is where it really came down to the pressure of hitting it over the water on the 18th. Then Ronnie Volhutter in 2021, Tiaan Becker in 2022, and then our latest champion, Grant Nell, 2023. And I bet you all of them will say the same thing. That last 100-odd meters over the water is the hardest gap wedge you'll hit in your
Sure.
entire life. Grant?
I had a pitching wedge in my hand. Um, it made it a little bit easier because I had the exact same shot on day 2. So I had a little bit of confidence, but the tee shot itself,
Mm.
that that shot was, yeah, to pull it off, it was, yeah.
Ryan, you had
There's no words on that.
no. Ryan, you had this much of a chance last year or the year before.
It was the year before.
What was that last feeling like?
I mean, I wasn't even, by the time I got down the last hole, I already knew that, look, I'm not going to be able to take it. But to play for that second, third position, even then, your heart goes boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's unreal. I can just imagine how it feels for the champ coming down there. That it's just unreal pressure. And it's great. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And the best is all the guys standing at the green there. You've got everybody there that's cheering.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
So now,
amazing.
The guys cheering at the back, yeah, that's so awesome.
picture it. So
That's
there's
that
52 people,
makes the whole tour.
52 people sitting on the bank watching you come in last. And
Yeah.
all eyes on you. Every shot is cheering. It is pressure. Going back to the chat line, Peter Zakaria made a very good point here. Where was it? The last 4 winners is all in Team Grant. Just saying. Yeah. Then Carl's Team Grant. Gerard de Bruyne says Jacobs kom in. Jacomin, thanks for watching. Good evening, everybody. And then there's yeah, that's it. Moving on. Okay. Just to remind you what the
Didn't even
score
think
is,
of
and what
that.
we're trying to beat is +1 is what Grant won last year on. Fats won a +3, had an outstanding round in the final round. That could have
Yeah,
been
no.
an easy swing, and anything could have happened between the two of you because Grant, you make a 7 and Fats makes a birdie. That's a different tour result.
Exact. It was a massive tour. The thing afterwards, Fats told me is like he was just hoping I made the birdie putt for us to go on a playoff. He was like, please, 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 make either win it or lose it. He don't want to go through on a playoff.
Yeah.
And it was like so funny. And he's like, no, he didn't have enough brandies in to do a playoff.
As I mentioned,
That
there's
was
Ryan
awesome.
tied 4th, +7, not too far behind. Tian trying to defend his title, +8, and we go down the list in with a top 10 finish. But I think if we break par, being medal and 3 different tee boxes, I think you've done really, really well. I want to play you a quick video, and this is what it's like, right, on final day at the awards when the winner is announced. Now watch Grant's eyes.
Playing for 3 years, runner-up runs, top 5 every time, from now.
And what a moment! What a moment!
Hey,
There's hey, I must also say you had tears in your eyes too. That was an
I
awesome
did.
moment. The
It's awesome to
feeling,
see. It's
the
awesome to see
look
such
of
gears.
Yeah.
that cheers, everyone standing up for the winner. That is so awesome feeling to have that cheers behind you. You know,
It's beautiful.
there's no words can
I'll try
describe
not to
it.
cry this year. Unless I win, I'm going to fall apart. All I can say, yeah, but a lot to look forward to. Now, that evening function happens day 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go through the itinerary shortly and then put it all into context because there's been a few of you asking what is happening, and this is why we are here today. Just a reminder of what happened last year with Team Mazz versus Team Tion. It was only a 10-point difference. So you take all the points of each team and you add them together, And as you can see, day one, I got 657 for our team Mazz, and then Tian got 651. They thumped us on day two. No, sorry, didn't thump us. We thumped them. And then they came back massively on day three, but it was just not enough. So, what will happen this time around when it gets down to Team Mazz, Team Grant? The points will be higher because there's obviously more players. If there's an instant that the teams are not even, one will fall out on each side or a side. We've got to keep the numbers even, of course. Right. So,
Let's go, Team Grant.
yeah, let's go through the itinerary first. Are we ready? I will get the other boys in on this. This is the itinerary, everybody. Now, one thing that we really, really have to look at is the starting tee-off times, because they're not exactly the same as every year. Because day one, we're starting at 10 o'clock, which is half an hour earlier than the last tour. So it gives us more time to get there, which is also kind of a good thing. But at 9:15, everybody needs to be on the driving range for the briefing. So we have the two teams for the briefing. Ferdi will be there to also say his 5 cents worth. And then from 10 o'clock, we start on the first tee. And it's 10 minutes intervals. So we tee off from 10 to like almost 20 past 12. Therefore, we're going to end late. And this last point, Vicky, it says here 6 o'clock will be clubhouse for day one show, finds dinner, prize giving. I don't think that will happen at 6 o'clock because we are going to finish later. So that might be 7 o'clock, but we will keep you posted on the WhatsApp group. And then you go back to the house. It only takes about 2 hours. Vicky, what about day two?
Yeah, Mazz, day two, we start off at 8 o'clock. That's obviously from the back teams. So that's always the fun part. And then, back to the houses between 3 and 6. And we'll start, obviously, the prize giving around 6 o'clock. What I do want to mention to the guys, remember, guys, it is medal play. Umfadi will be on your case. We've never had a scenario where we had to go off the course, but you must remember that you have to speed up the play. You have to stay with the guys in front of you. If you fall behind, there's no time to look for balls. We're going to play the same rules that we always play with in the sense of lateral. So, over the gorges, you'll have to hit again, and then you're going to drop on that side. So, just a couple of rules.
Is it not just hit once?
I know the par 3 gorge, you first hit, and
Yes.
then you hit again, and then you go to that side.
The third.
The 16th, for instance, the 16th, there is a drop on the ladies' tee side. So, that would be obviously the one shot, and then you go to that side.
But I think you go straight to the drop zone.
Correct, yeah. So, I mean, that's basically it. Remember also, we've covered now the first 2 days. The first day, the prize giving will be accompanied with food. The second day, we'll have our own braai. So just remember to bring on your own food or flies and all that kind of stuff. We will obviously provide the sly and the sides. And then obviously the third day, we're starting at 7:15.
Yeah.
The reason is because Highland Gate has created a 2-time start or 2-box start, which is obviously failed. They've explained to us that it failed a little bit, so we have to go off early. So whoever is parting on day 2, good luck. If you're in the winner's circle, then you obviously tee off a little bit later, but keep in mind that day 3 is very, very early. And we're looking forward to the prize giving and announcing Frikkie for the win.
Ryan, you
like
wanted
to-
to say?
Yes, I wanted to add, with this itinerary and that, everybody, please make sure you stay on the WhatsApp group. Should anything change or anything come up, or the clubhouse or something, management need to change something, we will be communicating on WhatsApp. That's where everything will be. Please make sure that you're on the WhatsApp. We will communicate there. And then on day one, when we meet on the driving range, we'll go through some local rules. If Umfari has some extra rules or particular rules that he will discuss that. Listen nicely. We'll post it onto the WhatsApp group. But make sure you're on the WhatsApp group. We will communicate this should there be any changes or anything like that. Please keep that in mind.
Just to reiterate, yes, it's 7:15. When we heard that we're teeing off 7:15, we were like, whoa. But when you look at the times, we're pretty much taking up the whole morning field. And because it's a Friday, that course is packed. Packed. So they're getting us up early so that we can get it going. So it's on us to keep it flowing. Gary says, and play provisional. It's not even a need to hit provisionals. Because if you hit it away and you can't find it, you're dropping line of entry.
Especially like especially like the 12th, if you go up on the left up against the mountain there, there's no provisional or anything there. You've got to hit your next shot there because we're not allowed to enter
the bottom.
that area. Yeah, at the
There's
bottom.
a drop zone
Because-
there at the bottom.
Yeah, because we're not allowed to enter there. Fadi will probably remind us, but we're not
Yeah.
allowed to enter that area there. So that's another example there. So yeah, no provisional, you just go drop down the bottom
It's
again.
pretty much in Ebotsi rules.
Yeah, point of entry, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, keep it going. And please, 3 minutes max to look for a golf ball. Move.
Yeah.
Okay,
Per-
right,
Per hole, not 3 per each shot. Yeah.
correct. And it's etiquette. You don't need 4 people looking for the golf ball. You go with your 2. If you don't find it, the other 2 don't need to waste time. Just go. Right, let's move on and remind you what the teams are. Any questions about itinerary, please? If you have, if you want to ask something on the chat line, we will gladly answer it. My vice captains, just to remind you, is Wayne Jensen and Gary Mansfield. They'll be helping me, especially around the fines and the dinners and so on. They will come up. Gary and Wayne, you'll come up to give 1 fine each to Team Mazz. That's what you'll do, and it'll be the same for Team Grant. The vice captains come up, and then they will say, "Here, we're finding this person, and we're finding that person." My team, just to remind you, hey, my team, just to remind you, is Jaco Jacobs, Gary Mansfield, Kieran Reynolds, Gerard de Bruto, George Hunter, Wayne Jensen, Henry Sims, Andre Vessel, Fricky Barnard, Donna Perimal, Ricky Pereira, Graham, Rudy, Rudolph, Jacobin, Karuna, Divan, Lyle, Marit, Francois, Mark, Quibus, Brandon, Enslin, Renee, Wouter, and Kyle. My bliksem, daar is baie name. Okay. Grant, these are your vices?
Team Grant.
Mazz, wasn't Fricky chosen last on your
He
list?
was chosen last.
No, I wasn't. There's actually 2 extra players afterwards, so I'm not lost. Not anymore.
So yeah, manne, dis my vice captains, Ian en Ryan. En dan ja,
And your team, here's your
They
team. You
will
can go through
lead
this quickly.
so we have Ian, Ryan, Leon, Fats, Billy, Pieter, Martin, Paul Wellenkamp, Lucky, Santos Cornel, Bobby Niku, Marius, Eddie, Hansie Tian, Stian, Joanita, My Lady, en dan Pieter, Stefan, Bernard, Hilton, Carl, Dean, Christian en Jock.
There you have
Nou,
it, everyone.
Fatty,
There you have it. It's a lot of
Team
people.
Grant.
It's a lot of people. That's all I can say. Right. Are we ready for day 1? So this is what's going to happen. We're going to do the pairings for day 1. Grant and myself have done this before, but we're going to take it 2 4 balls at a time and reveal. So, who will be teeing off first for Team Mazz at 10 o'clock? Well, the answer is, let me just get my list here. Wayne Jensen and Mark. You guys are teeing off first for Team Mazz, and you'll be taking on.
Julle, there's been some hints. Well, I just had you. Fats and Nico Creer.
Lekker.
Sorry, Fats.
Lekker Nico.
Guys,
There you
please
have it.
don't keep us waiting.
Please don't keep us waiting. Yo, good luck, Nico. Second off, I have Moritz, Malherbe, and Graham de Villiers. Hello, Graham. I see you watching. And Moritz, you guys are off second, and you are a pair representing my team, and you are taking on.
Well, die Mikey Nayers, van Maurits, I had to put them, Stefan and Bernard.
Hulle gaan pak ry. Oh, Mo.
Ah, you have it. So as we can see, now we have handicaps, and these are for the blue tees, day 1. So if you're wondering why Wayne is playing for 3, it's because it's blue tees. Mark is playing on for 16, his Saga, and Ryan will explain exactly how we all got to this. Blue tees, don't forget, it is much shorter, therefore you lose a lot of shots. Fats is off for 3, Nico is off for 15, Moritz for 9, Graham, you're off for 5, Stefan 11, and Bernard Schultz is off for 10. Okay, are we ready? Let's do the next 2. I'll tell you the next 2 is from my side, and that will be... Hello, phone. Daar's hy. Ensling van Skalkwyk and Divan Heisman.
So with them, I just had to choose my roommate. This will be me and Bobby.
Okay.
So,
So you're going off
yeah,
third.
going off early. Going
Mhm.
off early. Maybe it's a good thing.
Because you
I've
probably
always
won't go off
gone
early again
early.
for the next 2 rounds. Karuna Kuni and Dana Perumal will be taking on.
I chose Billy and Peter.
Mooi. So there we have it. Ensling and Devon, Grant, Nell, Bobby, Karuna, Donna are playing Billy and Peter Prinsloo. Next, let's do the next ones. The next one is Rudy van der Walt and Kobus Creer for Team Mazz is taking on.
Mr. Ryan Jensen and Hilton.
Ryan, you're in.
Yeah, I'm in. Hilton, we can do this.
There we go. Next up, we've got myself and Kieran Reynolds. We will be going off at 10:50 against.
I'll put you up against a lady, my only lady,
Mm-hmm.
and then Hansi.
That's a husband and wife. There we go. That's the next pairings. Rudy and Quibus and Hilton and
That's a
Ryan. Here is
falsie.
10:40 and myself, Kieran, Hansi, and Yonita. Oh, not sorry, it's
Jonita.
Yonita, not Yakumin.
I
My
said
bad.
Yakumin.
I did.
You said this thing to me and I read Yakumin.
I just assumptioned an
It's
assumption.
okay.
Right, next. Jaco Jacobs and Francois Scholes are taking on.
I've put in there Mr. Tian Becker and Santos.
The two
Okay,
Durban boys.
Two Durban guys.
Okay.
Oh,
Then I have Frikkie and Gerard de Bruto playing together.
Oh, lekker. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
so I'm giving Mr. Frikkie a lekker toebal. It's twee boeties. Die Wallenkamps.
Okay, I can call. That's right. I got them.
Really?
Yeah, we
Mooi
can
man.
have
There you have it. Jaco, who's playing off a 2, by the way, on the Blues. Francois Scholes, Tian Becker, you'll be playing off a 2. Duckhook and Santosh. Obviously, these handicaps can change. We still got league games to go. Frikkie, you'll be playing off a 5. Gerard off a
Yeah.
4. Paul, 5. Dean, 14. Next ones, I've got Gary Mansfield and Brandon Fenter pairing up. They're playing.
I got Kyle and Peter Zakario.
Kyle and Peter Zach. I had Wouter Bossenkool and Henry Sims taking on.
Meneer Cappy, my second Cappy, and Leon Osie. Put them as a two-ball.
Okay, awesome. I think I missed a graphic here. I think I have. Okay, let's do the next 2. I've missed a graph here. Have I? Hold on. Let's just do this. Pranay and Lyle Langley, you guys are together.
And then I put Eddie Kutzer and Stian, his brachi.
I say.
And then Carl Alroy and George Hunter, they are Brachis against.
The other two booties, Mr. Lukie Janssen and Christian Janssen.
Daze. So there you've got the next 4. Gary, Brandon, Carl, and Peter. Wouter, Henry, Ian, and Leon. Pranay, Lyle, Stian, and Eddie. And George and Carl, and the 2 Janssens. The last 2. Rudolf
you can
Rudnick
see-
and Jaco.
As you can see, my Janssen broer, he's a scratch at this stage.
At this stage.
He's not really a scratch, but he's getting his games in. He's just got, I think, 2 more games left to get in, then he's got official handicap.
Right. Who's taking on Rudolf and Jacomin?
I'm putting in Jock van Rensburg and Mr. Cornell. Also twee lekker braas. Playing together.
Be lost.
And then finally, Ricky Pereira and Andre Wessels will be taking on.
Mr. Marius, and I just had to find Martin this whole time on the freaking group, even nailing me a bit, telling me cock, so I had to put Martin in. at
There
the
we go.
last.
Have a quick look if you want a screen grab. Do that. Otherwise, we will send this on the group soon. And this will be all the handicaps, everybody, for blue tees. Now, Ryan and Fricky, I'm going to leave the floor open to you to tell us how the handicaps are working out. Action.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, what we did is I sat with Fricky and we both decided that I go through the whole list and I go and check every person individually and I decide what their handicaps are being so that Team Grant can get the upper hand. So that's what we've done. Now,
Go team, Grant.
jokes aside, what we've done is with each person with their Duckhook handicaps, because as we know, we've got the handicap for each league. So what we've done is for the 2024 season, all the games that you have played, we have an average that averages out all the games that you have played, and that becomes your Duckhook white tee handicap. And then you have, obviously with H&A, as we know, you calculate your white, blue, and yellow tees. And then with your H&A, if you play off a 10 off white and a 6 off the blue, that's a 4 difference, which we take the 4 difference off the Duckhook handicap, and that becomes your Duckhook blue handicap. And then the same as the yellow or gold tees, we just add those 4 shots to both, and then that will be your handicaps. I hope I've explained it simple. I don't know if Fricky wants to add anything there, but that's pretty much in a nutshell.
Yeah, so at beginning of the year, we actually had, well, we still have this special handicap and then the 3 leagues as an example. So because we've made changes in our special games, the shootout, for instance, we had the alternative shots and then we had the team clash where we had alternative shots and then scramble drives as well. So, normally that would have helped us to calculate the special handicap in the end. And because we've only had 1 or maybe 2 games in the special events to calculate the handicap, we thought it was very unfair to use that handicap for the classic. So that's the reason why we went to the average. What we have done is we've also taken snapshots of the current handicaps. We just want to make sure that everything stays fair. And if you suddenly have a spike in your handicap, the handicap that you see now, that's the handicap that you will play off. So please don't try and jipper your handicaps. We are looking at you. You can't just suddenly play shit in the next month. In the next month. So it's
Too
not going to
late.
happen.
It's pretty
Yeah.
much too late. I think the bottom line is try to be as fair as possible and take all the events you played, all the handicaps, and get an average out of it. That's the fairest
Correct.
reflection. So that's what it will be.
100%.
Yes.
What am I with the blue? I can't even remember.
I think you were
I'm a 10.
10,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm a 10 of the blue. So in theory, off the back, I should be 18, and in the middle, I should be 14, something around there. Question that we'll ask: do the handicaps change from day to day to day?
What we'll do on day one is I'll do a final check just before tee off. So you're looking at about 8 a.m. I'll do a final check on all the handicaps. Then I'll calculate it for the 3 days, and then your handicaps freeze for the tournament. Your handicaps do not change from day 1, day 2, day 3. Whatever it calculates on the day 1, that's what will be for the tournament. And then as such, then you'll play up those handicaps.
So even if you go and shoot 7 under on day 1, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah, same for the guy that goes plus 15 on the day. It's not going to affect anything either.
You
The
still need to
guys,
submit your scores, though. So just keep in mind, you still need to submit your scores on Saga. But for the tournament itself, it won't affect it at that point.
which is nice. At
Yes.
least you know what you're going into.
And then if I can add also, I'm going to need scorecards as well. If guys can just give the scorecards to me. And if anyone is not sure about how to submit on the handicap, the H&A app, please do come see me. I will help you. I know exactly how to do it because Score Capture does show you. We'll go through it at the driving range as well. Score Capture does show you the score that you need to submit since we play medal. But H&A does allow a medal score as well. So anybody that's not sure, please come and see me. I will be there for the tour. So you can come see me anytime and get scores submitted.
Graham, did we answer your question? Do you play off the low of your Duckhook or Saga? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then the next one is Ian says, myself and Ian will be playing our 4th round together in a row as card partners. Love affair.
Love affair.
Going on strong. Right, so everybody, that is what it will look like.
Can
And then
I
don't
just
forget.
add something?
Yeah.
Or ask something? Just for the guys that doesn't know regarding their handicaps that doesn't have a Duckhook handicap at this stage, or playing off a 0 or that. Ryan, if you can maybe just tell us about their first day handicap.
Good question. Good question. So I think there's about 3 individuals that have not played Duckhook events as yet. I would suggest play Kailami, the next one that's coming before the Classic, so then that we eliminate it. Because what happens as a general rule for Duckhook, your very first event, you play off 80% of your H&A, and then after that, you get a Duckhook handicap and you can play it forward. What we'll do for tour is we don't want to now be sharks and be mean for the entire tour. If you have not played a Duckhook event on day one, you'll play off 80%. Then I'll be able to calculate your Duckhook handicap, and then you will play off either your Duckhook or H&A or for day 2 and day 3. So you're not 80%ed for the entire tour. I mean, I just feel that's a bit harsh.
Correct. But also in saying that, you've had the opportunity to come and play. You've had months, so that's
Yes.
also no excuse. And I've always said, we cater to the masses. So if 96% of us are playing this way, unfortunately, the other 4%, we don't. I'm not saying we don't cater for you, but we can't bend the rules for the 4%.
Exactly.
Everybody else has done the right thing. Okay, cool. Moving on. We can come back to this if we need to. What I want to say, the daily competitions, everybody. Now, it's littered with them to make it even more fun. A lot of them are in our league games, which carry through to this, but there will be additions. So here we go. The daily tournament, right? So every day there's a winner, because basically every day is a tournament. So most points scored and the leaderboard of the top 10 for the daily tournament. And then there's the daily cash, which Jaco will be looking after. So to remind you, I'm going to put this in quickly. To remind you that Jaco will be taking 100 Rand per day. Must be cash. Since we put this one on, we've now got 56. So there will be, if everybody puts 100 Rand in, every day we're playing for 5,600. So the first place could get a lot of money. 4 grand on first day is pretty much paying most of your tour off. So if you have a good day, you can make a bit of cash. So please bring your cash and we can continue with that. That'll be every day. Closer to the pins, there will be 3 normal prizes for closer to the pins, and then 3 mystery pins. So in total, every day there's going to be 6 closer to the pins, whether they're on par 3s or par 4s, closest in 2s. We will show you just now. Ricky, what about the next one?
Yeah, daily 4-ball alliance, 2 scores to count. Also a lekker prize in there. We've got the best of the par 3, 4s, and 5s, best points on each hole. So I mean that is crazy. Just to think about it, the best of the par 3, 4s, and 5s. So yeah, just let that resonate. And then from my point of view, the 4-ball mystery point competition, that would be obviously in round 2. Each hole flag will be a instruction. So you guys need to look at the instructions. Every day we will go out and put some instructions on the flags, and you guys need to obey. Otherwise, you don't get any prizes.
So it's a lot of fun. I don't know if you've done this before, but basically you tee off. You don't know what the instruction is, but I'm going to give you an example. You get to the first, and on the flag will be, right, player A plus player D's points count. Right, so you're not going to know until you get there. Player A plus D, those are the scores that count. The next hole, it might be all 4 scores to count. Right? The next hole could be something. So there's 18 kind of different scoring matchups and alternatives. So this is only round 2 to make it a bit of fun. And it will be interesting to see what we come up and how many points come up at the end. It's just for a laugh. So yeah, that will be there. So look out for it. Round 2. This will also be posted onto our group. Ryan, the next one?
Is the tournament's best eclectic score. So that's the best points in each hole. So basically what that is, for those that don't know, is for the full 3 days with your scores, whatever your best score is on hole 1 between the 3 days and the best score on hole 2 between the 3 days, etc., you'll have a scorecard for that, one for points and the one obviously for your net score, and then we'll have a tournament winner for that. And then we're going to have a house versus house. So with all the houses that everybody's staying in, it will obviously be the best 5 scores per house, which is also daily and a total there. And then obviously the big one that we all know is Team Mazz versus Team Grant. That's daily and total, where all scores of the team will be added, where Team Grant will win. And then overall tournament obviously is the obviously the main tournament, which is why a lot of us are there, is the actual champion of the 3 days.
There we go. Put in context the houses. So there's a captain for each house. At the prize giving, the captain will come up and he needs to find the best and worst player of the house, because we want to like include more people, right? So that was also going to happen. So our fines is going to be, and awards will be quite extensive. And if you've been there, you will know there's videos, there's a lot of leaderboards, there's a lot of logs, a lot of prizes, etc., etc., etc.
It's a lot of
lots to
fun.
look forward
It's a
to.
lot of fun.
Okay,
A lot of
just
fun.
to Ryan mentioned the eclectic scores. So we have a gross and we have a points. So Donnie, for instance, his eclectic gross over the 3 days, if you take his best score over the 3 days of each hole, is 64.9. So basically 65, he would have shot a 65. Parred most of them, and then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birdies. So this is also nice to see. You can't really see it as we're going. This is kind of gets revealed on the last day.
Yes.
And just so you know, because score capture, we can't have all these leaderboards, right? While we're running score capture, because the signal in Highland Gate, I don't know if it's improved or not. So sometimes it drops and it doesn't update immediately. But if we have 15 leaderboards, the app is slow. So we want to keep it a surprise. So we'll only have one leaderboard for you to see, and that will be the main leaderboard. After prize giving, we can switch on the others if you want to see them. Yes, but then they will go away. The points one, this is the one that Ricky won last year. From a points point of view, his best was altogether 51 points. So if you put around one round together of all the best, it would have been 51. And considering on the 7th, which is at par 3, in 3 days he only scored 1 point. Could have been even better. So it will be interesting to see who wins this time around, because it normally goes to the higher handicappers because they can score more points. Guys with double strokes, etc., etc. So if a low handicapper wins it, that's going to be rather well done.
And then also to add on to the eclectic, I see like Donnie's, you saw a 64.9, and then Ricky's was 51.0. That point, whatever's after that point number, is actually bonus points to try and break ties. So depending if you get 3 birdies or net birdies, then you get like a bonus point, which could be 0.2 points or something. So that is what that point is. It's just small little bonus points to try and break ties. Just out of interest.
Cool. Morris asks, are the pins changed between rounds? The pins will be changed on Friday. They normally change their pins on Friday. So Wednesday and Thursday will be the same, and then Friday it will move.
Yes.
They're not going to change it every day. Ruben says, let me know if you find my 6-iron head on the 9th hole. Still haven't found it, Rubes. Still haven't found it. Then I have a graphic as it says if you haven't seen, we've got more memorabilia. So there's 10 of these to give away on the day, on the tournament, which will be allocated as prizes. They are bar runners. Excuse that. Hello. Hi.
Yeah.
But this is what they look like. So you have seen, and we have seen them in videos, the guys who have bar runners from last year. So these become collector's items. If more people want them, right, then you're going to have to buy them.
Yes, correct.
Okay?
Correct.
We'll deal with this afterwards. So we'll give them out. You might win it, but afterwards we will open it up for everybody else. Whoever wants one can order it from Frikkie and he'll get you one. But we can't make 50 because then Frikkie will have to give back his cards.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so what I want to show you now is the pins, for example, for each day. And this is how it's going to be. Day 1 pins. Now, these are the prize pins. Par 3 3rd, par 5 8th. Now, why I made it par 5 8th is because it's off the blues. So there's a chance to reach there. In case you're saying, why would you make it the 8th for closest in 2? But we're off the blues. And then the par 3 17th. So those are the closest to the pins. The mystery pins on the day is going to be the par 3 7th, the par 5 11th down the hill, because again it's off the blues, so there is a chance to reach it. So you've done well. And the par 5 stroke 1 14th, closest in 2, because you're off the blues. Okay, so a lot of emphasis on the par 5s when it comes to the
Yes.
blues.
I like it.
Okay, Lekker, for the big hitters, it's your day to shine.
Yeah, Billy,
Hey,
you have
Ryan, your day to shine for the big hitters.
Although the stroke one on day one, I almost went to the green in 2. I think I was short by 30 centimeters. So
Wow. There you go.
yeah, then I
So
nearly
if
took
Ryan
it
can
in.
do it,
Anybody can do it, and we know I'm the shortest hitter in Duckhook history.
just behind me. Okay, day 2. Now we obviously shuffle it around. So the closest in 2 will be the par 4 second, which now this is off the pro tees. Don't forget day 2, the par 3 13th and the par 3 15th. Right. The mystery ones will be the par 3 3rd, the par 4 9th, closest in 2, and the par 4 12th, closest in 2.
I like that hole. I like that.
Ja,
Okay.
nice.
Right. Mooi. Last one. This is day 3. Par 4 6. This is the club tees. Will be the closest in 2. Nice hole. If you really get a good drive off, you can get pretty close.
Yes.
Par 3 7th and the par 3 13th. Then the mystery bonus holes will be the par 3 15th, the par 3 17th, and the par 5 18th for the final, just to add, that should say that, but just to add a bit of a, ooh, the par 5
Yeah, yeah.
18th will have it closest in to.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
Nice.
Going back to the chat line to see if there's any more questions. No. So we have. Well, let's give us 2 or 3 minutes to discuss anything that needs to be discussed. I think it's important. There is a lot of people going to be there the day before on the Tuesday. At my count, I think there could be 20 guys there. Right.
Yeah, Mazz, I think actually a little
Yeah.
bit more. Me
Yes.
and Mauro and Bernard also is there. So yeah, it's a couple of guys.
Donna
Unfortunately, we
Perimal in
won't-
his house.
yeah. So unfortunately, the day before we won't be able to play. It sounds at this point there's a celebrity golf day going on.
So if you have
But,
20 grand, you can join Gustav's.
yeah.
And that's one day, people. Anyway,
So maybe in the morning of the morning after, you can maybe quickly try and get 9 holes in before 8 o'clock. Don't know if that's even possible, but yeah.
what's yeah?
We've also sent the keys. Well, not the keys. The rules for the houses. We've sent it to the groups already. So everyone just take note of that. I think Fats has allowed us to be there at 8 o'clock on that day that we tee off. So just make sure that you guys get there early, get the keys, make sure you carry your stuff, and yeah, get us at the driving range.
Don't be late, please. Got lots of time. 9:15, because then the festivities start and everything. And there's nothing worse than being, here's Team Grant, and you've got 3 people missing. Come on.
And those guys will be fined. We have black books all over. You will be fined.
Just coming back to the Tuesday. So I reckon we all just pull into a house. I think the house we're staying in, I'm staying in, has got 12 of us in there. We might as well all just have a big kayer and get the party started there.
Yeah.
Then the evening functions. You can bring how many dops with you?
3, if I remember.
Yeah, they allowed 3. Last year I think we took a little bit of a chance, but they did hammer us. But yeah, 3 dops, and then you have to buy at the bar.
Have to buy at the bar because they want us to support. Oh, that's the other thing, Friggy. They want us to support the bar, obviously. So basically, this is what your 3 fines are for. Okay, there will be an opening fines, evening fine. So you bring that, so we don't have to go buy it. You bring that beer, right, or biggest drink, and we say, let's open fines, and everybody smashes it, put it down, and then the other 2 are for, say, for instance, somebody gives you a fine or whoever, you can drink that one, but you can't have more than 3 because they are watching, and then they start giving us issues about it. The evenings will be upstairs this year.
Yes.
Not downstairs. They've got that function for something else, but it's going to be nice to move area because I think upstairs is quite posh.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what the setup is. We will be there only because I want to make the setup the way we want it, and
Yeah.
and work it out. So don't forget, upstairs is where it's going to be, and then it normally takes about an hour and a half. So once we're in there and we're ready to go, obviously there's a lot of pre-production that needs to be done when it comes to videos and graphics and stuff. So we just need a bit of time to put all the results together and not rush.
Yeah.
Correct.
Any more questions?
Just one last thing from my side. Remember, the prize giving will be as long as you allow us to be. So if there's a lot of noise, a lot of talking in between, etc., you make it longer. So we're all there to have fun, and we're definitely going to have fun. But keep in mind, just behave a little bit as well. We're going to have a lot of Jägermeisters there. So
Yes,
yeah.
plenty. And I always say, Ryan, if you're going to get drunk, it's your own fault because we can't.
Yes.
There's too many people to make you drunk at the fines. It's too many, so it's your fault if you get drunk. And then the last thing I want to say is we can't. They don't want us to on the 18th park the carts on the grass because every day we just mess up the grass. So we got to kind of find a way to park cleverly because it's nice to have the carts there that you can sit in for the whole day and sip your beer and so on. We've got to find a way to park them that we're not on the grass, but can still make an amphitheater type of thing. Gerard says spikes or no spikes? No spikes. It's just normal golf shoes.
Yeah.
Correct. It depends on who you want to move, but preferably no spike.
No spikes.
Reigning champion, do you have anything to say before we say goodbye?
Yeah, but I got a lot of trust in my team for this year's win. Like Ryan's been telling everyone, and you guys also, the whole time. So, yeah, I don't have to say much, bro.
So
Boys and
excited.
girls,
So excited.
there is 12 days to go.
Less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks.
Kan nie wag nie. Dit gaan
Weet.
freaking awesome wees.
All right. Okay, cool. I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. All this information will be put on our group for you to see what's the story behind the story. Any questions, you know who to ask. Any one of us. Yeah.
Lekker.
Lekker, guys. For show
Cheers,
2
everybody.
of the
Lekker.
week, that's the end of it. We'll see you next Wednesday? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Lekker.
Cheers, eh?
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Wat
Just keep 'em running like you do. Still gonna overtake you. All fired up, got something new. Nobody's gonna save you. Underdog, I'm breaking free. Thought I was nothing, but now